Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. My name is Andrew, and today I'm going to go over the top 5 tools I would suggest you to get if you are wanting to start DIY projects. Now, 2 caveats. This is not sponsored. There's going to be no affiliate links down below, so this is my true opinion. I'm not getting paid to say this, and this is outside of the basics of like a hammer, a screwdriver, a crescent wrench. This is going to be some more specialty pieces, but things that can serve you very, very well if you're wanting to get into some DIY projects. So let's jump into it. All right, well, the first one, this is one I actually just used. I just put a ceiling fan up the other day, is a voltage tester. So this allows you can turn this guy on, and if you touch a live wire with the tip of it, it'll actually not only make a red light come on, but it'll give you a beeping sound as well to let you know that that wire is live. So the reason I say this is it's important not only for convenience, but also for safety. So of course, like any other electrical project I do, whether it's changing a light fixture or adding a ceiling fan, you always come and check the breaker, turn it off. But just to be double sure, I go through and I bounce this around in the box that's up in the ceiling, or if I'm working on a light switch, I will check that as well, just to make sure there's absolutely nothing, just so you can be extra safe for that. So very important tool, a very useful tool. This is one that I would definitely have, and it's the first step for every electrical project I do. So let's go to number 2. All right, number 2 is a stud finder. This will allow you, if you are hanging anything from a picture frame to a TV, you're gonna have to have one of these to make sure you are actually hitting a stud. Some of them you may want to, if possible, read reviews on them. Some of them can detect water pipes. Not sure how well they can do that. But anything that can help you make sure that you're hitting a stud, and if you hit a water pipe, not only is that not gonna hold, but you're also gonna have a huge mess to clean up. So stud finder is going to be very high on my list for something you should have. Number 3 is a laser. So I use this actually pretty regularly. Let me see if I can get this to show up for you. So let me see if it's showing up on the camera. Yeah. So this is a super useful tool and one I use a lot. So when I did my basement, this was used a lot for the drop ceiling I put in. It's awesome to be able to set this in a spot. It comes with clamps and devices that allow you to mount it places. But this is a huge, huge convenience, and it saves you a lot of work of taking a level and running it around the length of your room. Another thing that is great is if you are wanting to stack multiple picture frames on a wall, you can actually do that, keep them all level, so you can have your levels going up and stack them very neatly. It is a great convenience, and it would be a great addition to your toolbox. You can find these relatively affordable. You can find them, I think you can get them for around 50 bucks or less now at Home Depot, all the way up to, I think there's some probably in the thousands that are professional, but just for basics, you can get away with a definitely not a super expensive one. So that was number 3. So number 4 and number 5, we're gonna start getting into power tools. So let's check those out. All right, so number 4, the Oscillating multi-tool. This is a super, super handy tool to have. The types of attachments you can get blades, you can get sanding discs. It's really a great addition for any homeowner that just looks at wanting to start some basic DIY projects. This is great. This could help you if you're wanting to add a junction box somewhere. This allows you to cut through that drywall super, super easily. You can adjust the speed that you're going. So if you're worried about it getting out of control for you, you can definitely slow that down so you have more control over this. This is a tool that I use actually quite a bit. This is a Ryobi version. If you know me, I've turned into a big Milwaukee fan. Haven't had a reason to get one of those, though this one actually does really well. Yeah, so this is definitely another one I would have on my list of top 5 tools that you may want to start looking at. All right, now the number 5 tool is one you've already seen on my channel, but I think you'll understand why I think it's a necessity for a DIYer. All right, so if you've seen my channel, this one shouldn't come as a surprise to you. It's the impact driver. So yes, a drill can help you with holes, it can help you drive screws, but the ease that the impact driver will do it is something that I personally, it was a game changer for me when I got my first one. My first one was actually, I think I have it in one of the, I think it's in this toolbox, but it was an older Ryobi version. Once I got an impact driver, I was hooked. And I think honestly, for what DIYers do, if you aren't building houses and stuff like that, you could get away with a smaller version like one of these M12s. So you can really use it for anything. They now make drill bits that will go in here. You can get, they call them spade bits, paddle bits, some call them spattle bits. But they've now all started coming with the attachment needed for these locking collars. So you can really do a lot with just a tool like this. I know Makita makes a 12 volt. DeWalt, I believe, makes a 12 volt. I don't think Ryobi has any 12 volt stuff right now, but a smaller impact driver. Not only will it help you with driving screws and all that, but it can help you with the basics of, I have made another video on this, but you can put furniture together with this. You just need to be very, very careful with how much impact you're allowing on those screws. If you're putting something together like IKEA furniture, you could definitely strip or break the screws that come with that if you use something like this. If you're not careful, just make sure you're using the lowest setting as possible. So if you don't agree with any of these, I'd love to hear why. I'd love to hear if you would have added something different. But in terms of what I would tell friends of mine who are just purchasing their first house and they know I like doing this type of stuff, those are some of the tools I would tell them to go and purchase outside of like your hammers, a crescent wrench, screwdrivers, just the basic stuff. I think you could do very, very well with these 5 suggestions I have for you. So thank you guys for watching. As like I said, please let me know if I've done something wrong or if I left something out. Love to hear it. Put those in the comments down below, but we'll see you guys in the next one.